Today I'm going to go on a bike ride. It's going to be a long one. This is what I'm going to ride. Today I'm going to ride 1,000 kilometers on a Yamaha R1. Should be really comfortable. Let's go. So I'm just going to go to this burger place. It's a really nice burger. I had a burger there about a week ago, and it's actually one of the best burgers I've got. So seeing that I haven't really ridden this thing yet, I thought I would give it a bit of a test ride. The secret to this vlog is not to have the bike impounded for speeding, number one. Well, number one is firstly not to die. Number two is not to have the bike impounded. Number three is not get done for speeding. Number four is don't speed. Number five, be responsible. Along the way, I'm going to stop and review the bike. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion and what I have read about the R1. The shorter rider like myself, I'm 6'2". No, that's a lie. I'm 5'6", 5'7", probably more 5'6". It's supposed to be more comfortable for the shorter rider, so we'll see, hey? I just want to talk about something I don't normally talk about. I'm going to talk about safety, and this is a serious motorbike. In fact, I've stayed away from Superbikes because they are potentially lethal. Now listen, you can kill yourself on a 50cc scooter. The problem with these is you have so much power at your disposal and there's so much fun. And if you're an adrenaline addict like myself, if you're a dopamine addict, I don't drink or take drugs, so my addiction is power and speed and things that go fast. The R1, the Yamaha R1, is one of the fastest super bikes on the market. This isn't brand new, this is 11 years old, but you know, it's got a full system on it. I've stayed away from super bikes because they do scare me. But I just want to tell you a little story that about 8 years ago, I bought my first super bike. I bought a GSXR 1000. I bought it on the Friday, and on Sunday night it was back for sale. I remember having a girl on the back and I accidentally popped a mono doing nearly. Let's say we were having fish and chips and you could have $1 of chips and then you went to $1.10, and then there was a fish special. It was like flake, and it was $2 for that bit of flake. And when I was doing $2, and the flake wasn't quite dead and it was twitching a bit and twitched up like that. That's what the flake did. That's the $2 piece of flake. Anyway, you get the drift. I was also on a private track on someone's private runway. A friend of mine owns a runway. The point is, it's not that the bikes themselves are dangerous, it's the rider that's riding them. You have all that power, nearly 200 horsepower, and the bike weighs just over 200 kilos. So to give you an example of power, a Ferrari 458 Italia, that weighs at 1,550 kilos and is 585 horsepower. So that's just a tad under 3 kilos per horsepower. This is nearly 1 kilo to 1 horsepower. So 1 to 3, nearly 1 to 1. So if you can keep the wheel on the ground, which I can't, it's a lot of power. I still talk about safety gear. I don't often talk about this, but I've got some good solid boots. These are Kevlar jeans. I've actually got knee pads in them. A jacket, it's full body armor, and I've got a carbon fiber full face helmet, which is a pretty cool looking helmet. I bought this bag, and it fastens on underneath the seat, so there's no things. So as you can see, it's quite sturdy. Sorted on this bike, just working out how to position the GoPro. I've just stopped in Ballarat, done 100 k's on the bike. I've done it fairly comfortably. Listen, my wrists are a little bit sore, my legs, but you can do exercises on the bike, so no drama. It's very, just the jet stream, having the fairing and the helmet, especially when you're laying down. I mean, I'm not a super bike or a sports bike rider, so for me, I've done 190 k's before the fuel light came on. And I was riding it pretty conservatively. Just stopped at Horsham. So what's sore on me? My legs and hips are sore. My wrists are okay because I'm doing those, you know, you sort of do exercises, take one hand off, lean back, swing around. I'm taking my time. It's so easy to have the bike impounded. There's so much power. I'm really enjoying riding the bike. I just wish there was, you know, there was just no speed limit. It's an absolutely incredible bike, and I am a Superbike fan, 100%. The thing is, you know, half the time you don't even know what gear you're in. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, it just seems to be torque everywhere. Yeah, all I can say, it's very easy. I don't know why I'm laughing. It would be very, 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 very easy, not just to lose your license, but to end up on the news. So, you know, again, it's all about responsible riding, you know, and sticking to the speed limit, because that's why we have laws. We don't have many laws in Australia. We've got laws for pretty much everything you can think of. Yeah, there's lots and lots of laws and rules, and speeding cameras and radar detectors and laser detectors and all sorts of detectors. They hide in the bush, they hide in trees. They can follow you by a helicopter, but that's not their fault. They're just doing their job. And you know, who am I to judge? I'm just a citizen, a law-abiding citizen that basically strapped to a rocket ship, just going for a ride to get some milk. and I've just found something on my bike which could have been fatal. This has snapped off and has been dragging on the tyre and it's worn. Far out, man. So it's snapped there, this flimsy piece of shit. So that's snapped off. Fuck, I'll have to get that fixed. Oh well, it's good to give the bike a good run to see what else is just going to drop off it, you know. So how good does that look? It's just looking really good, that. And that one's about to snap off too, so gotta go find a motorbike shop in Adelaide. Okay, so my I've had this fixed. This guy from this business here fixed it, and now I come to start the bike and the bike won't start. Fuck! Now he's going to jump start me. This guy's awesome. His name's Craig. His name's Craig from South East Marine Motorcycles. Craig. So we're gonna push start it. Hang on.
Stick him in second. Pop it. Pop. Key on.
Yep.
Yep.
Hang on. Fucking Keith. Yeah.
There you go. Pop it. Oh. No, we'll have to jump in.
Fuck. Mate, I don't know where the battery is, do you? I've only had it a week though, and the guy's had it sitting for a long...
Well, if he's had it sitting for ages, any more than 6 months, and then you start killing cells in the battery. No, she's dead. Well, the battery, he's just bought a bike, and the battery's a little bit doughy. It's been sitting around, so the person he bought it from. Yeah. South East Marine.
South East Marine Motorcycles.
Motorcycles in Narracoorte, South Australia.
Where are we?
Narracoorte, South Australia.
These guys are legends. They're just helping me out. Fix the tail tidy. You know, right. I've never had this problem with a Harley Davidson.
Okay. Jeez, she's really down, isn't she?
Here we go. What do you reckon?
Seen better. You're missing a light.
Well, it does work. They were on today, and I've noticed when I first boarded it. Something wrong with the lights. Done 600 Ks, and then my legs are sore and my wrists feel like they're broken. I feel like I've got a baseball bat up my ass. And the battery being dead and part of the lights dropping off, apart from those minor things, I feel like I'm strapped to a rocket. And this bike is awesome. This bike is seriously awesome. It's fun and dangerous, and you're right on the edge. But I love it. I do love it. Anyway, I'm hoping, I've got to fill up, I'm hoping the bike starts. Now I just hope that it starts. 200 Ks to go. So I've done, as I said, there was a 100k detour, so normally it's 730 Ks to Adelaide, but I will have done 850 Ks by the time I get there. The bike's pretty quick. Third gear, what happens is when it gets to about 10,000 revs, it's like it's a power band, 11,000 revs. I was in third gear. I don't know what I was doing, but I was, you know, I gave it a bit, and I probably was doing close to 100 Ks. I'm not sure at the time, but it's scary. So I don't actually go. I'd probably just go to about 10,000 Ks, 11,000 revs, 12,000 revs, because it does redline at 14,000. So it's also it's 3 modes. There's been a million reviews on this bike. It's a 2010 R1. It's done 19,000 Ks. There's been a million reviews, but there's standard mode, there's A mode, and there's B mode. So B mode it's just about throttle response. The throttle isn't very jerky. I ride in standard mode, that's quick enough. I put it in A mode before the thing is out of control and, in my opinion, ridiculously dangerous. But I'm not an experienced sports bike rider, so I just want to say that I'm learning to ride a sports bike. And have you heard of an R1?
R1, I think so, yes.
Yeah, Yamaha. Yeah, it's for learner bike riders, people like me.
I do ride my dad's BMW 1985 R65.
Yep.
So that's a beautiful bike just to ride around through the hills.
Do you know how many horsepower that's got?
No.
Probably 200 or 300 horsepower, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You seem like a motorbike enthusiast, are you?
Yes.
I've made it to Adelaide! Adelaide! The land of the mullet! So I've made it to wherever the hell I am, Raglan Street, ready to meet my dinner date. I find it important always to dress up when you go to dinner. First impressions are everything. Hi. Tell you what, I'm not having a very good morning. So my fuel gauge has been on. So the fuel gauge has been on empty for 36 Ks. I don't know how many Ks you get out of a tank when it's on empty, but there's no fuel gauge on this thing. But people have been asking me, like, how's your ass, you know, riding it? And you know what? Like, people have got to not whinge about riding a bike like this. You know, it's not that bad. You ride for, the longest I've ridden for is 6 minutes before you have a half-hour break. So, you know, you get a good 5 or 6 minutes riding time before you need spinal surgery, and then you relax. You hit my bike, mate, and I'll be hitting your car. My back's perfect. I mean, I don't know why people whinge about it. I'm just going to go to the toilet. I don't say this to be dramatic, but if you're going to buy one of these, you're going to have to come to terms with death. And I know that sounds pretty full on, but any motorbike rider knows what I'm talking about. This is the most incredible bike I've ridden. Look, I've not owned Superbikes before, so I'm not an expert. The motor's obviously a V6 turbo diesel, goes pretty quick, but it's quick. I just want to tell you where it's really quick. 3rd or 4th gear, between about 8,000 and 12,000 revs. It's insane. And I've done nearly 2,000 Ks on this bike now. So this bike is 11 years old, and it's only done 20,000 Ks. So I've put 10% of the kilometres on this bike in a week. Well, really, I've only been riding it for 3 days. So I think that if you're a learner bike rider and went out and bought one of these, I don't know how long you would live for. That's just being really honest. I don't put this thing in A mode. I keep it in standard mode. A mode for me is too twitchy, and I'm too inexperienced to ride this in race mode. It's just too dangerous. That's being totally true. There's so much power. A couple of features it's got is it's got these headlights. They're out of Tron. They're special aftermarket Tron headlights. They're the twin turbos. They go off, trust me, they go off big time. That's carbon ceramic, bulletproof braid for the front wheel. That's off my roller skate. I just thought I'd put that on there just because it looks good. That's titanium. I bought off eBay. So I was selling pieces of the space shuttle, and I bought a bit, and I had that manufactured. Once you hit 500 Ks an hour, just before you break the sound of speed in this, and I don't want to talk myself up, I don't know how to ride, but just before you power through the sound barrier, like the sonic boom, if you know what the sonic boom is. We're just coming into Border Town. just saw a bakery open. Oh, let's go get a sausage roll or something to eat in this ghost town. All right, thank you. Good luck. Okay. Yes.
John Barber, mate. I just saw you on the side of the road. You're in a little town called Dill. I grew up in this town. I'm actually from Queensland. And I saw the bike and I've been following you on Instagram, so I thought I'd say g'day.
Oh, do you follow the channel?
I do, yes.
What do you think?
I think it's good. I think you got bored in Tasmania.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why you're riding that. But I'm just gonna watch and see and listen.
You know why I'm riding that?
No.
Because it's awesome.
Well, they're good. I mean, I used to ride Yammies. I've got a Harley these days, but yeah.
What sort of Harley?
I've got a 16 Road King.
I used to ride Harleys. I used to ride Harleys.
Yeah.
Now I'm sponsored by Yamaha.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. They give me a bit of money because they care about me. Here we go.
That's not a real good photo, but there it is.
Ruby red. It looks awesome. You got the little pack and everything. It's always something weird when you stop in a remote town and someone comes up to you that knows you or watches a vlog. It's always a lift for me when they say, hey, you know, you inspired me to do this, or you made me laugh, or I've been a bit depressed myself and I watch you. And so for as much negativity as I get and for as much comments that I delete, which are quite cruel and mean, it's also very humbling to have a channel that I try and make a fun channel, but every now and then there's an element of seriousness and people get something out of that. So it's a nice thing, you know. Horsham, the fuel light came on and I got 44 Ks, didn't run out. So when the fuel light comes on a 2010 R1, you can at least get 44 Ks out of it before you run empty. The fuel consumption's not great. It's probably get about 200 Ks before the fuel light comes on, but it depends on how you ride it, I guess. Don't normally drink this anymore, so it's got about 30 teaspoons of sugar in. Sorry for speaking with my mouth full. But this is quite a painful ride, so I want to be alert. About 300 Ks to go. I've done nearly 500 Ks today. Is it pretty shit? Yes, it is. Do you suck it up? Yes, you do. You know, you just got to do your exercises whilst you're riding, so you can do that more long haul riding, which you can do on an R1, because I'm doing it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to ride from fuel tank I filled up 81 kilometres ago and I haven't stopped, and I'm going to try and ride until the light comes on and then fill up. So I'm going to see if I can ride this about 250 K straight. I might add, I've already 30 kilometres I did, fuel light came on. It was the first servo I stopped. Probably had another 30 or 40 Ks. I could have done that. The most painful part on my body is my bum. And my neck, my arms and my legs basically. But mainly my bum cheeks. Let's just have a look at the state of the bike after, what, 1800 Ks to Adelaide and back. It's not too bad, really. Home, mission accomplished. Far out. That was intense. That was really intense. Just for the record, I'll never ever be doing that again, ever. Hello. Gary. Show me. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down next to the bike. Hey, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? Hey.